Hello and welcome back to Blightfall. It's good to see y'all here, and I have something amazing to show you. First off, check out no chest here. I've been getting rid of those guys. They were in the way and they were kind of cluttered. Also, the only chest left over here is full of water because I have no use for this stuff. I accidentally made a ton of it. As it turns out, I can make infinite water from this little thing over here just by accidentally scrolling my mouse wheel, so we won't be doing that. Just for example. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Do not ever need this much water, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. Normally I could actually use that to make salt, but I think that's been disabled specifically for this pack so that the World Gen stuff has a purpose. And as it turns out, the salt block that you can get is actually pretty fantastic. Let's check this out. So it's just 9 salt, and it looks pretty nice. It looks kind of like the Railcraft bleached bone bricks. So it's actually really, really nice. Unfortunately, can't make that willy-nilly, so I'm keeping that for whatever reasons I may need it. There we go. Don't want to lose that. Oh, if you might notice here, we have all of our unprocessed ores. We have processed stuff over here, or stuff that's basically refined to the point it's useful. Let's see, let's go downstairs. So downstairs is where the magic has happened. Dun dun dun! Alright, so I've gone through, put a bunch of lockers from Better Storage in here. They're labeled more or less to what they contain. So this one right here is not labeled, but this is machinery stuff. So we have leadstone energy cell, plastics, item collector, plastic, smeltery stuff, just tech stuff basically. Special types of stone, and in this I'm including cooked clay. But we have like end stone, this is the clay I'd mentioned, stone bricks. Living rock, I might actually move down to the flower section, just because the flower section itself is pretty much mostly Botania. So we'll leave that there. Stone items, that'll be things like furnaces, stairs, fences, all that jazz. Planks, just what it sounds like, that doesn't go there. Nor does that, actually. Wood items would be fences and sticks and stuff, chests, all that jazz. Glass should be self-explanatory. Seeds are just the various seed items that I have. Crops are actually what you would get from the plants or from things like, say, my berry bushes or my netherwort farm. Animal products is a bit misleading. This is basically anything that drops from a mob, be it an animal or a hostile. So let's rename that. There we go. So we've got our wool here, our jerky. Jerky. It is not yet jerky. It will be jerky when I get really desperate. Rotten flesh, the leather, feathers, string. Saddle doesn't technically drop from a mob, but it's mob related, so it's in here. Same thing for the fish. And spawn eggs. Let's see, flowers, which is, again, mostly Botania stuff. Saplings, my nice little backlog of various tree types. I still have 3 silverwood saplings, actually. That's pretty nice. Thaumcraft stuff that does not necessarily fit nicely in the other section. The thaumium probably could be with the ingots up there, but more than likely I'm going to move the thaumium that's up there down here. Tools will be things like tinkers and stuff. I'm going to have to go through and delete some of the stuff eventually because, to be honest, I do not need to keep the stone tool pieces. I've just not made a trash can yet. And then transport will be things like item pipes, fluid pipes, stuff like that. But it's gone a very long way to keeping my stuff from being in one little dump pile of a chest, and I kind of like it. Something else I've been working on is expanding my living territory. Primarily since we're in the process of trying to push back against the taint, the main thing that I have is vertical space. I can build up as much as I want without fear of actually hitting any taint. So what I've decided to do is make an unfinished tower. I know I'm good at those, right? No, purposely this one is going to be unfinished. I need to get a bunch of glass, though, to fill in. I don't want to have just like a solid stone thing. I'd like to have some kind of thing on it. But basically what my plan is going to be is to have a floor that is roughly the size of one of these little biodome areas. Every floor is going to be roughly the size. I've not chipped away at this glass yet. I'm waiting to actually get one. I think it's a vitreous pick from Botania. I think it's vitreous. Yeah, I could, you know what? I might actually be able to make that now. Anyway, the thing that's really special about this pickaxe is that it basically lets you mine up glass without breaking it, which is really nice. I might have just enough mana to do this. Do I have enough to make mana steel? I do. Okay, good. And then I need some glass. This thing's actually a really useful tool. It's really good to have early game if you don't have self-touch. It goes a very long way to making it a little bit easier to reclaim any glass without having to waste any. Alright, we have sand in here, so we need 2 of those. And then we also need to go ahead and get some living wood sticks. Those I know I don't have, we need to make. Alright. Come on outside. I have this little machine set up over here. I didn't actually mention it last time, but this is a MFR harvester planter combo. And it is currently running off of day blooms. Yes, day blooms. We've got a mana flux field here, and basically these guys just produce a little bit of mana at a time, and then when they get enough, they get shunted right over here to the flux field, which gets converted into power. And this works really, really well for me, just because the way that the MFR machines work, they only drain when they're doing something. So even though they're plugged in and stuff and they're collecting power, they don't use power until they actually have a block to break or something to plant. So it's actually really, really efficient. We've also got this massive little cluster of greatwood trees over here I've been growing for charcoal. These things work oh so well. I think I mentioned before, they are truly fantastic wood. Let's see. We've got a few new silver woods here. This one's got a pure node. It's pushing at the taint just a little bit. It's actually going really, really well. So what my next goal is, now that we have this tree here, I want to go ahead and get some ethereal blooms out in the corners over here. You get away. And slowly work on purifying this area so that we have another lot. And basically we're just going to be hop-stepping these ethereal blooms out more and more while building up walls. And these walls have actually been a really good help. I'm glad people suggested that. As long as the sheep can't get in here, I'm pretty much safe. I don't have much to worry about. The general purification, though, is actually going pretty well. It's just something I got to stay on top of. Got to make sure that I'm not getting a little bit too over my head, because it is unfortunately very much possible to do so. I also have to make sure that I don't end up with any pockets of taint left back behind, because they will spread. And if I don't have any blooms back here, they will actually end up consuming the area itself. So I have to make sure I do my best to keep that clear. And we also have a pure node over here too. This one was kind of a weird spot, but it was kind of nice to have here because I was able to get a little bit more space. This one's still slowly turning the area, so I think it can go a little bit further out yet. Alright, but let's come on up here. So what I've decided to do, the first floor is going to be left roughly the same. It's going to be a nature area. I'm not going to do my crops in here. The crops are going to be going outside once I have a little bit more space. What I've done, though, is I went ahead and made a few arcane levitators. I've got 2 here on the right in the center. I only have 1 here. I need 1 more before this one's useful. But basically just fly up straight here and then go kerthunk. If I hold shift, it'll slow me down. I've just not been holding shift. But up here is where I'm going to put most of my... I'm going to put my Thaumcraft stuff up here for this particular floor. I have some book stands and stuff already set up here, so when I get some more bookshelves, it should actually make it a little bit more efficient in the way of actually doing research and stuff, because it'll get a little bit more of the little things right here, like the little bonus points. Should make things pretty nice. Plus we have our little crafting table there, so it's all really simple stuff. Plus we have chicken sandwiches and hamburgers. They're delicious. Alright, I've gotten distracted. Down we go. Alright, so I still have a furnace and stuff here. I need to get rid of this stuff eventually. So we'll cook that up. Come over to Mr. Daybloom. Let him do his thing. Alright, so one of the things I've also been working on, and I'm really excited to turn this in to see what we get here, is I've been collecting a bunch of promethium. The reason why I've been doing that is that there is a quest, and this, well, you know what, let's just go ahead and pull this up. So it's under black market. I've already done the first one for the chain, and it was pretty good. So for like the first one here, we got an animal bag, a seed bag, and 2 spawn chickens. That wasn't terrible, right? But the second one right here, this is going to give us 3 machine bags, 4 animal bags, 2 seed bags, and 2 spawn cows. And for this, what do we need? We need 10 promethium blocks or 90 promethium ingots. I have that. I finally have that, and I'm kind of excited to see what we're going to get for this. The machine bags alone make this worthwhile because that's the equivalent of about, I want to say 90 reputation, so it's nothing to sneeze at. Okay, so that's 4. So we have enough to make 11 of these guys. Alright, so let's go ahead, claim this, and we're going to go ahead and manual submit. And get our rewards. Alright, and that leaves one last quest here, Dregs of Promethium. Well, fashion trends never last forever. Promethium is apparently considered too last week to be taken seriously. Still, we can squeeze blood from rocks if you're interested. So 2 blocks will give us 3 sapling bags. I think I would probably do it anyway, just to do that, just for the saplings. The other one I have going next is for the oracles, but I do not have anywhere near enough of this stuff. It's pretty nice though. You get 4 machine bags, 200 pearls, and then one of either of these. I would probably go for the Enderman, but only, and I mean only, once I can make wrath cages so that I can auto spawn them, or if I get an MFR auto spawner, whichever. Just a way so that I can continually get more. The skeleton creeper and stuff I'm not too worried about because I've actually seen a few of those spawn around here if I'm not careful. Yeah, this area is shaping up very nicely though. There does exist the possibility I could start getting some pecks spawning in here actually too. Can't really auto spawn them, but the ability to farm them might not be such a bad thing. Oh hey, check it out. We got living wood. All right. So it should be like that, monosteel, and then glass. So the big thing about this, right, is that we can come over here and go just like this, and it is silk touch. This is only silk touch for, I believe, glass and ice, so you can't use this as a cheap way to get silk touch diamonds or anything. It is, however, extremely nice to have. I have to admit, I like that sound of breaking glass far too much. Alright. Let's actually get to the meat and potatoes of what I want to do today, though. Let's open up these bags. Alright. Epic machine bags, basic seed bags, and then greater animal bags. Alright. So, machine 1. Programmable RedNet controller. That's pretty neat. I've never been awesome with those guys though, so that's nearly useless to me, but I'll try to make use of them. Igneous extruder, that's nice. And then flux infused to, oh my. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. I have to find a way to charge these guys. I need to make a charge platform of some kind. Flux infused bow. Okay, I like those. Especially the bow. The bow's awesome. Alright, I would definitely take that with me when I go exploring. Let's go ahead and just drop those off in here for now. Can you turn the, No. That's not what I want to do. So no, you can't do anything with that. I was trying to see if you could, like, turn it into a flux-infused battle wrench, but I don't know if the Omni Wrench really has that much use, but I know the sickle is really useful, as is the bow. And I don't quite understand the purpose of a flux-infused fishing rod, but still, it looks awesome. Let's go ahead and open up our animal bags. So spawn. I don't know what that is. That's a mushroom. That's awesome. Natura spawn. That's either like an imp or like a nitro creeper or something, and that's got to be a slime. That better not be a king slime. Natura. I bet this hides the eggs, doesn't it? Heat scar spider. Okay. That's kind of cheating. Yeah, I know. Alright, let's check out Tinker's real quick. There's an... Okay, let's do it that way. Oh, Thalmic Tinker. Yeah, that's totally not going to be what I want. That is a really freaking weird broadsword. Parts. Okay, let's try this. Spawn King Slime. That is a Spawn King Slime. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do that. Let's get ourselves a King Slime tool of some sort. I think what we'll need to do, though, let's see what we got in the way of attack. That's 3. That's 4. That's 4. I think the pick is actually more damaging than the damaged rapier I have in here. Hello, rapier. I know you're in here. Yeah. So that's 3. So I think we're better off just using the pick. Even that pick is better. Let's go ahead and drop off these machines here, though, so we don't need those guys. The ignis extruder will probably be making use of a little bit later, because that is actually useful. Main reason I'd want it is not actually for stone, it's for obsidian, because I would rather not have to go caving down there to try to get obsidian. Alright. So where do we want to do this King Slime fight? Any luck, this guy's not going to absolutely rip me a new one. You know what? Let's just do it right here. Hey, buddy. Oh, you're slightly more damaging than I thought you would be. Go on, get back. Okay, this works. This is cheap, but this works. Alright. Go, Slimy. Oh, so many little slimes. Oh, so many slime balls. This was actually a really good thing to get. I don't have a lot of the, the actual bitumen stuff to make slime balls. I could use, I think, the rubber from MFR, but it's actually good to have slime just in case. Not all slime is equal. Green slime is better, mind you, but this is still pretty good. That was also a lot of experience. That's pretty nice. Very, very, very nice. Okay, we also have some seed bags. Asparagus is freaking nasty, and then turnips are also nasty. I am unimpressed with those. Alright, so I want to go ahead and knock out the quests that I need to do to gain access to this entire section of Botania stuff over here. It's kind of weird. This has got an ethereal bloom over here, so I'm not quite sure what this is pointing at, but I'm kind of curious. What I do need to do, though, is I need to do 3 of these 9 quests here. So I could do Life is Distracting, which requires me to get a golem, a tiny potato, and a French horn. Not so hard. A wand focus portable hole, a little bit harder, needs ender pearls, don't have those. Let's see, invisibility potion, which is, again, not hard, you need 4 of them, but the problem I run into is I don't have any spider eyes. Let's see, hacking is just typing fast. This takes tech stuff. We're not doing that. We don't have the resources for it. We run again into the issue. We don't have fermented spider eyes. We need that for the invis potions as well. See, traveling trunks aren't bad, actually. They're just a little bit beyond what it takes to make this golem. Buckets of slime is actually really easy. Half this world is covered in tainted goo, so it's not so bad. Breaking and entering, that's actually not bad. The worst part about this is that it costs a diamond, but that's not really so bad. And the earning respect here to make Shitake's head is fairly easy if you have Botania set up, but we're doing this to unlock Botania, so what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to do the life is distracting, distraction, and breaking and entering. To do that, we're actually going to go ahead and make a few things. I've got most of this stuff set up already, so that should give us a French horn. Alright, if we come on downstairs here, I have another locker I've set up with I put all my questing stuff. So I already have some straw golems and tiny potatoes. They were very easy to make. I ended up setting up a little thing on the top of the building here. We can actually just show you. Where I've been doing a little bit of thumb crafty stuff. Normally, whenever I make golems, I end up using a lot of soul sand, just because it's usually easy to get since you have access to the nether by the time you're doing these guys, mostly. And, well, this time we didn't have access to that. So what I've been doing, and it's actually worked out quite well, is to get the aspects that I need to create these guys, I've been basically refining more complex stuff. So if you notice right here, we have modus and air in here. This is because we were actually refining volatus, the stuff you get off feathers. So that worked out pretty well. We have excess of air. We'll just put that to the side, and then this is unfortunately not enough to do anything with, so it'll probably just sit in a little slide for now. To get spiritus, I was actually cooking bone meal. Bone meal would break then down into, it was census, which would then break down into, I think it was actually air and spiritus. So that was pretty easy. And the last one, which was for humanus, I actually got from cooking down some barley down there. I had cooked it up over here, and then that gave me both victus and whatever the crop one was, and then the crop one goes back down to herba and humanus. It worked out pretty well. And let's actually go ahead and start turning these in. So we should be able to go ahead and turn in life is distracting. Just need, oh, these 3 tiny potatoes, not 1. Thought I needed 1 tiny potato. The good news is I actually do have, I think I still have barely enough mana in there to make 2 more, so it should be good. If not, I'll just do it another day. I mean, literally another day. We'll just move the pool outside. Crops. You're nether wart, you're not potatoes. There we go. See if this still works. I should be getting low on mana. Okay, we're good. So, 3 tiny potatoes, a straw golem, and a French horn. It's going to give us 6 outlook. Alright. So we're also going to go ahead and do breaking and entering, since I do have the saw, the screw gun, and the crowbar. Just bam bam. This is essentially the Railcraft crowbar, the recipe on this guy, except it is for the custom NPC's crowbar. Main difference is for Railcraft, I think it would use red dye instead of carpets. Kind of makes sense to use the carpet because it's got the grip there. But anyway, manual submit and claim reward. Alright, and the very last one we have is for the slime in a bucket for distraction. This takes 6 slimes. I have 6. Some of these have little effects on them. I hope that doesn't make a difference. Okay, and that should give us back our buckets. Alright, check it out. And then we get scans complete. Okay, I managed to run those scans, but not as good as Dr. Bryson or Sergeant Rushton, so I don't know how to get specific coordinates from the machines, but I've got general areas. That's nice. See the quest below to discover where to find the rest of the flowers. Oh, this tells us where we can actually... Oh, that's actually really freaking awesome. Alright, so I think one of the last things I want to do today definitely is get a new wand. In my Agrarian Skies world, I put it off a really long time to get the next tier wand off of the Greatwood because, you know, well, it worked. But here I'm going to need to get into the big thaumaturge tools and rather quickly. So I think I see a Silverwood wand in my future. I should have most of the stuff that I need already, so it shouldn't be too terribly bad. Let's see, we will need this real quick. So I've gone ahead and cooked up a bunch of stuff over here using my little setup. I've got to make that a little bit more streamlined. Essentially, though, I have some of each of the primals as well as, so you know that is a primal. Primals, and then, let's see, Percutatio, Aurum, and Potentia, which will be needed for the wand caps. However, for this, we just need to go ahead and put this log in the center. So that should be all that we need for the actual wand itself. With any luck, this won't explode and do a terrible, horrible death. You know what? Let's get that out of there. No, you get back on there. So there is some instability to this, and I have no stabilizer, so I have to keep an eye out just in case something goes bad. We should be okay, though. It's almost done with the actual Ascension bits, and it should start eating the crystals now. Okay, there goes the... I think we're good. I think it's good. Yeah, no, this is... You dirty dog. Get back on there. You gotta keep an eye open, just when you think... Oh, hey, stop that. Just when you think you're done, it'll shock you. Alright, so we have those guys. Excellent. Alright, so for the last bit of this process, I need to actually charge up these wand caps. It's not too bad to do so. I've got all the stuff set aside already. Main thing we just got to do is, like before, make sure nothing pops off. We should have all of the actual Ascension we need, though. So that should be done already. Okay, charge thaumium cap, and then another inert cap, and then bam, bam, and bam. Give it a go. And that should pretty much kill the last of my little stuff over there we have that we needed. So it's 1 being dissolved, 2 going, and then 3. Alright, so we have 2 charged thaumium caps. We have the silverwood wand core, which I actually left over here on the table. Now, I think the one thing that I don't have, I'm not sure if my wand is full enough for this. No, it's not. It takes 51.3 of each of these. This wand holds 50. That means I need to make myself some Thaumcraft clothing, because right now I can't use this guy. Alright, I want to thank you for watching this episode of Blightfall. We got a little bit of stuff shown off and a little bit of stuff done. What I need to do, though, is I basically have to go around shearing these poor little sheepies. I know they've just finally been able to live their lives safe from taint, but I must take of them. And I must make sure that I don't let those guys keep spawning. They are not nice. As long as I don't touch them, they should be okay. You know, I miss when you could shear cows. What was that? I think it was Darkcraft you could do that. You'd have naked cows running around. No, what they call them? Cold cows. They call them cold cows. It's absolutely disgusting, but so useful. Just keep shearing the cow again and again. That actually was really disgusting. Anyway, I am on a tangent. I am so sorry. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below, and I will see you next time with a little bit more Blightfall, and hopefully we will actually have ourselves a new wand ready for some more Thaumcrafty shenanigans. Like, perhaps, and I don't want to get anyone's hopes up here, but check this out. I have actually got the research for node stabilizers and the node transducers done. So that means that once I get my Silverwood wand, I can start moving nodes into my base here. Oh yes, we shall have unlimited V. Well, unlimited cent V anyway. It will be glorious, and I will see you then.